Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. Thanks for joining us for a little Friday variety show brought to you by our friends up at Southern Indiana Hardwoods, the official seller and I couldn't say it.
Purveyor.
Your local retailer for Green Mountain Grills.
Guess who's back? Back again. It's our friends over at Southern Indiana Hardwoods and their Green Mountain Grills. Now, I'm going to do a little digital editing magic and show you this monster sale the folks got going on right now at Southern Indiana Hardwoods. You can get a Peak Prime or a Daniel Boone Choice for a very good price, almost too good of a price. I'm almost worried old Nick is giving away the farm here. Call Nick at Southern Indiana Hardwoods today and check out all the models he's got ready for you. Grilling and smoking season is still in full force and effect. Look like a pro by Labor Day using one of these awesome Green Mountain grills with their even better pellets. Also, if you wanted an inside shot at creating some great barbecue for a certain backyard barbecue competition, well, maybe you ought to try your luck with a Green Mountain grill and win it all.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wandering Dutchman podcast coming to you from Smokers.
The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah. The Wandering Dutchman. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for your favorite podcast coming out of Smokers Lounge, located just outside of the big metropolis of Holland, Indiana. I am Esquire, and joining me at the table, he brought his mock t-shirt back out for the Friday Variety Show. 13-time City of Huntingburg Employee of the Month. It's our buddy with the turtle shell colored glasses and the mustache, Zachary David Masner.
Hello.
Sitting there in the middle, looking a lot lighter with that hair gone. Kind of a more sporty cut there. Dave looks a little bit
Built for speed.
Sporty.
low drag, high speed.
That's right.
Very nice. Wearing the rose-colored glasses, picking and grinning, getting ready for the big show on September 13th with Overboard. Wearing the turquoise turtle, and by God, if you piss him off, you're going to be wearing his turquoise rings in your teeth. It's our buddy, David Allen Smoker. Gentlemen, here we are for a little Friday variety show. Ice cold opener here, brought to you by Celebration Ice, where it's the ice with attitude. Big fella with the mustache. What do you got?
Well, here we are again, back in the saddle, Friday edition.
Here we go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known.
You cannot sing.
I know, I can't.
Yeah,
I appreciate you trying.
Brado liked our harmonization
He
for
did.
that
I
saw that.
birthday.
It did. I actually did go back and find that, and it did. It sounded well. I liked it. Yeah. But no, I'm ready for the weekend. Got week 2 soccer coming up. Parking's going to be a nightmare. They started that wastewater expansion job, so that's going to be a.
Now, doesn't Mayor Neil Elkins know we're playing soccer right now? Come on.
And sometimes things just happen the way they happen.
Yeah, $50 million
We're
project
playing
is
at
going to take
6
precedence.
Sunday,
Yeah.
which I think will be good for the crowd and also the heat.
Yeah.
Because,
No, it'll be just we played at 6 last week.
well, one last Sunday was freaking wretched.
Well, we're playing on one on this Sunday.
I think it's supposed to be a little bit.
We'll be
more
completely fine this week. The weather is like, I think Sunday's high is like 77, 79, somewhere in there, which is going to be insane. Might have a fire this weekend. Looking at like 50s for a low overnight.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
how they fire up the afterburners, boys!
Yeah, I know.
because we
Kinda
are
gets-
burning midnight oil.
Gets me fired up too. I cannot wait for that. So But no, other than that, just like I said on Wednesday, kind of a shitty week so far because we record twice in one day, just in case you guys didn't know that. But yeah, so hopefully looking for a little rebound, ready to rip. That's all I got. Ready to go.
Smoke Dragon, what do you have for the Celebration Ice Cold opener?
Well, just excited to be here, ready to rock and roll with my two best buds on the podcast and the two best couch flyers this side of the three highways.
Amen.
Yeah.
And, let's just ready to chomp into it, get after it.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. No big profound thoughts for me. Life's good. Just enjoying things as much as you possibly can, because you never know when the big fella upstairs is going to pull the rug out from under your feet.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are. And that is the Ice Cold Opener, brought to you by our friends over at Celebration Ice. Because, Dave, what do we like to say?
It's cold.
It's cold.
Celebration Ice, the ice with attitude. If you're going to be spending your Friday nights tailgating high school football, you need to make sure you keep things nice and cold. Enter Celebration Ice. You don't want to show up to the tailgate with subpar ice from some other garbage ice company that claims to be the best. We only use Celebration Ice here in the lounge for a reason. Crystal clear and super cold. The only way we'll have it. Make sure your next bag of ice says Celebration on it.
All right. What's been on our minds here for the Friday Variety Show?
I'll tell you what's been on my mind.
Go ahead, pal.
I found a little bit more time in the last week and a half because it's been, hotter than Satan's scrote out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been staying inside a lot. So I've been on the TikTok.
Ooh.
And I've been having, and maybe I shouldn't say just TikTok. I call them the same thing, but Facebook has TikTokity like.
It's called their Reels.
The Reels.
Mm-hmm.
And this may have been Reels, but for the last week, I've been getting lots of these TikToks of what they're calling hacks.
Yeah.
Like
life hacks.
But they're not. And that's what pisses me off. Like, you get this feller, and he's in there, and you can just see his hands. And then he gets himself a blowtorch, and he'll, like, cut off half of a 3-point hitch arm, there, the link. And then he'll weld on, like, a steering knuckle off of a 1952 tractor.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, I've got a hammer. Well, if you got a tractor, a welder, and all this horse shit, you got a hammer.
You probably already got a hammer in your toolbox.
Like, what are you doing
Oh, he's
here?
making hammers out of
just
junk.
something dumb. And it's like, okay, let's go ahead and take 900 days,
to fab up this hammer.
that I used 4 times to make this hammer.
Right.
And it doesn't look cool. It doesn't work good. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
And then my dumb ass is sitting there watching it, cussing, and this mother trucker's out there probably getting paid.
Yeah.
And must be why he's doing it. So
Off the views that you're providing him.
I thought that maybe it would be funny to do a similar video
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
to cut down a tree.
Okay.
Okay.
Cut
down a tree, start a fire to heat some water, and then just start throwing lots of paper and cardboard in it. Okay. And get it good and wet and soppy, and keep putting this tree in this fire. Just throwing logs on it to get the water wet. To throw the paper in.
to get the water wet?
Water hot, I'm
I
sorry.
was going to say water is wet.
Now, we take all this and we macrame a log. Okay, and we put the thing all together. Then paint it brown, stand it in the yard like a tree. When we cut the tree down and used all the other dead trees, and we could have just cut a log out.
I
You know
see.
what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
just
picking up what you're putting down.
think it'll go.
You've painted a real good picture there, Picasso.
Yeah. So I think that's the ticket to the views.
I think
The long way.
Yeah, I think go for it. I watched something on YouTube the other day that was unique and it was interesting. And I don't know how real it was, but this guy hacked into like one of those scamming centers that scams you for whatever.
Oh, I've seen those.
And I watched it for like 25 minutes.
I've seen those before.
And but anyways, I spent 20 minutes watching this video and watching this guy do it. And it just is amazing that people have the abilities to hack in and do that.
I have something that's pretty wild. What about the hoof trimming videos? Do you guys ever get on those?
Nope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, hoof of like,
A cow.
okay, I didn't know if you meant that or like big gals that ain't trimmed a toenail. And they just get some bitches filed down with that 4-inch angle grinder. Little Asian gal down there with a welding helmet on.
Oh, God. Just mother the shit out of you in whatever native tongue she's got going on. Her and the 4 other women down the line here in the foot bath just getting the hell out of
Fire up the generator. Bernice is here.
here. Yeah, right. No, so like the hoof trimming videos like that, millions of views.
And you would think millions of people would want to watch 3 dumbasses talk about
the stuff that they probably watch.
Yeah, on social media. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty wild. What other stuff have I been up to lately? A lot of Olympic stuff, highlight wise. Hey, what about the swimmer? Son of a biscuit, I can't remember her name.
Well, there's a big geopolitical fight between the Chinese and the United States when it comes to doping.
That's been a pretty long, on-standing battle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gotten hot in the streets with sport related.
Oh.
Sport related.
Been going on since about what, 1940 some?
Probably right around there, a little bit after.
Olympic swimmer Luana Alonso was kicked out of the Paris village. She was
she was the Paraguay chick.
Paraguayan swimmer was kicked out for inappropriate things. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, boys. She's a looker. Holy shit!
Yeah, but over there,
probably
she's a dime a dozen.
She was probably boofing mouthwash for the fans out there behind the dumpster.
I mean, this chick here is a smoke show. Several photos of
her eyes are a little wonky.
Yeah, well,
they're like real far apart, but pointed in towards each other.
She's got some real bushy ass eyebrows too. I don't know.
I tell you what, I bet she has to have custom made sunglasses to get past that big ass gap between her eyes.
Oh boy, Dave! Wow, yeah, they're pretty wide set.
Part of that early.
Pretty wide set, but yeah. So she's been removed. Do we know why she was kicked out?
Just says,
inappropriate actions. So like, I'm sure she was probably banging somebody or
not necessarily.
Well, they do that a lot over there.
She could have been dumping laxatives into a competitor's.
Well, but the thing of it is she was there for one swimming event. Didn't make it out of her heat, and that was like day 3 that she was there.
So she was just in there for the dickin'.
The party. Well, I wasn't going to go there. Maybe
she was just looking to get dick down and didn't and wasn't. And
we're assuming that we can't do that in this day and age.
Now she might have brought syphilis to the pool, and that sounds expensive.
That's tough.
They're all using the same toilet.
Have you guys followed any of the female boxing controversy going on?
Okay, so Justine did some homework into that, and that person is actually a biological female.
Oh, good grief.
Not according to the IBA, though. If you have a Y chromosome.
Well, so she said.
Explain that to me.
Okay,
If females are double X chromosomes, we agree, right?
Yeah.
And so she's a hermaphrodite.
Well, Justine said she was, which I don't know if my wife's done a lot of.
How in depth was her research?
I don't know. She just said that woman, that person, was in fact an actual biological female.
That's what I had heard.
But she suffers from a hormone deficiency where like her testosterone levels are through the roof. Like
because she has a Y chromosome.
Is that what it is?
So the
so in order for her to be sexed.
Well, you asked me the question and then go ahead. Please finish.
If you get shitty with me one more time, we're gonna fight.
Well, you're the one that asked me the damn question and then you don't let me answer.
Does she have a penis?
It's just a big clit.
Like a big nose looking thing. And that's a thing, guys. I mean, we laugh here, but I mean, come on, we're all grown men here. It's biology's biology. So now, okay, I'm done. Answer.
So, from what I've understood, the IBA, which is the International
Bowlers Association,
Boxing Association, used to be the regulatory body for boxing in the Olympic Committee. The IBA is a Russian federation that got into some issue, basically another geopolitical battle with the Olympic Committee and this Russian-based federation. There was the 2023 World Cup, in which these two boxers, because it's not only the individual from Algeria, but also the individual from Taiwan, I think.
Yeah, that's where
they did independent testing in regards to like testosterone levels, because that's why they were booted. But then they also did a chromosomal testing, which, unless they've made that up, but those two boxers then in 2023 were allowed or eligible to appeal the decision that was made then by the IBA, and neither one of them did. So why would you not appeal what they're saying? You know what I mean? Like, why would you then not do that? I don't know. It's
well, this was
Maybe she just found out about it and she was a little bit embarrassed.
yeah, it's true.
Washington Post says 2 days ago that I'm named Khalif.
Yeah,
Khalif
the lady, the person from Algeria,
and Lynn,
the person from Taiwan,
are actually, in fact, biological females. The International Olympic Committee has said that both boxers are eligible as women to participate. A spokesperson from the IOC said the Algerian boxer was born female, was registered female, lived her life as female, and boxed female, and has a female passport.
So how do you explain having a Y chromosome?
I don't know.
Faulty testing.
Oh, it is Russia.
Yeah.
It is Mother
They're
Russia.
cooking the books.
Speaking of Olympics, changing gears from boxing, did you guys watch the wall climbing or the rock climbing? Whatever they call it.
4.47 seconds. That
Guy
dude?
looked like a spider monkey getting up through there.
Real American kid.
Sets the world record, but
Yeah.
doesn't win a medal.
Yeah. Set the world record like a few tenths of a second slower, but doesn't win gold. Tell me how that works. Speed climbing?
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, speed
I'd
climbing.
say Americans are probably best at that. I bet he's from like New York, one of those weirdos that climb the buildings all methed out.
NPR says technically the fastest climber just took bronze as the
Yeah, because he lost what would be his semifinal to the Chinese guy, and then
So it's a score over a certain amount of events, not a score off.
well, I think it's like it's a bracket competition.
race.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
Race
The dude's
type.
only like 18.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of Olympics to do climbing.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to watch too.
The Italian guy, everybody knows the Italian pole vaulting guy.
It's French,
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh, he is French.
French.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy with the anaconda in his britches.
That's got to be fake. I feel like French guys don't.
Wee wee.
You think he had like a?
Yeah, I
You think
think
he had like a schnitzel there or something?
Schnitzel, a little schmeckle.
we are all over the right continent, but we haven't hit whatever. I think they got
Crepes.
French bread.
Yeah,
A baguette.
They got a baguette in his britches.
I watched him throw the shot put, and them boys heaving that heavy round ball there. That's a different kind of animal.
Yeah, it's hard on your back.
Oh God.
I don't know. I'll be glad when the Olympics is over, though.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of them.
There was a kind of a hot. Speaking of our friend Brado, there was kind of a heavy debate there that kind of broke out on Facebook about foreign athletes that live and train in the United States.
Pénis. Pénis.
Finish?
That's how the French say it.
Finish?
No,
What do they
Penis.
say?
Pénis.
Oh, male anatomy.
It sound like, I mean, all French people sound like they got a mouthful of peanut butter. So I guess it's just like they say penis
Way
but
to pray with broad brush
peanut
there.
butter. Penis. Hamburger. How do you say hamburger? Foreign athletes doing what? Foreign born.
You're born in one country, you train in one country, then you you play under
You go
somebody
back
else's
to the other
flag.
So the dude that won
Sorry.
the pole vaulting gold lives, breathes,
pays taxes.
pays taxes in the state of Louisiana, went to LSU, college pole vaulter,
Gold Tigers.
broke the world record at the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
And I think
For America?
No,
Sweden.
Yeah, I think it was Sweden because his last name is some kind of Swedish descent. But I don't. I mean,
IKEA.
when he spoke his
Schwindler.
gave his interview, like he just
Calling all grill masters and barbecue aficionados. It's the second annual Wandering Dutchman Backyard Barbecue Contest on September 14th at the Holland Fest in Holland, Indiana. Gather your team, your secret rubs, marinades, and smoking techniques for a chance to win amazing prizes and bragging rights as the ultimate barbecue champion. Whether you're a seasoned pit master or a backyard novice, all skill levels are welcome. Check-in is Friday, September 13th at 9. Judging and awards will be on Saturday afternoon. Now, you can go to our website, wanderingdutchman.com, and find a link to get all the finer details and the rules, and then enter your team. Now, don't forget to come out early on Friday night. At 8 o'clock, our favorite band, Overboard, takes over the stage, and the Dutchmen are going to be hanging out, mingling with the folks in the crowd. We'll be in the beer garden. We'll be in the family picnic area that's attached to the beer garden. It's going to be a good time for everybody. Now, remember, there's only 15 teams, so don't wait. We hope to see you there.
But anyway, yeah, this dude was just plain ass English, and you could tell he had a little bit of a southern accent, and he was jumping for Sweden there. Kind of loud. It's kind of like that black feller that was playing basketball for Japan.
So here was Brado's post. It bothers me that athletes that live and train in the U.S. but then go represent another country.
Yeah.
Happens a lot. Swimming, track, wrestling. In my opinion, if you're going to use the USA resources to become the best you can be, there shouldn't be able to go and just claim another country to represent.
I get that.
But it was hot in there. But
Eric Kramer hot on there.
he was.
He's a big track guy.
Yeah,
College track
there was
coach.
quite a bit there. Some of the local folks there just kind of went through it. But
I don't know. It would be like if
somebody then posted.
now do they have to be born?
Oh, that's his old
I think that's to be a president.
Andrew Shirley.
Yeah.
Rocky trained in Russia to fight Ivan Drago while representing the USA. Just saying,
Yeah.
it's got a point.
but
it wasn't the Olympics.
But he wasn't from Russia. He was training there to get an edge by training with the Russians.
That's my question. These people that are
a
swimming,
lot of them have never set foot in their own home
but
country.
were they born there?
Not necessarily.
Do you have
just
to
have
be
to be able
born?
to have a passport to that country. So their parents may come from there, but that was like the I was watching the 100 meters, women's 100 meters, because of the Shakiri.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Thank you.
Yeah, the woman runner.
Shakira. Hello. That's it.
Yeah.
And so I watched that
My
because it
kids
piqued
do
my
that all the
interest.
time.
But she was like from one of the little Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
But I forget where she went to like school. Like just
She ended up, she got beat. Sha'Carri Richardson. Totally did not see that coming. But, yeah.
well, there was some drama behind that too.
She got kicked out, 4 years ago for smoking
Positive weed
smoking
test.
weed, yeah. Like her mom died or something. She ate a gummy or smoked a joint, and then they kicked her out of
Her mom was 100% at the Olympics with her.
This time?
I'm almost positive.
I don't think so. Here we go. Fire it up.
Are you
See
gonna
who can-
look?
See who can type it faster. What the hell did I watch? There was a British runner that ran the mile, or was it the mile or the 800, one or the other. And it was, so this normal ass British white woman running against, shocker, Kenya, and double shocker, Ethiopia. In a distance event such as the 800, be like a distance sprint, I guess you would say. And I think they came back when they kind of breached that last 200 and came around. That chick from Great Britain, she just literally shifted it. She found another gear.
Yeah, her mom died in 2021.
Right. So she just, I mean, I don't know how many lengths that they would consider that being a win, but
Watching these humans fly around the track like that is
Crazy.
impressive.
I know, kind of like when we asked Curdy G on that, wasn't it? Like the most impressive feats of athleticism, and he said track and field, and I was a water polo guy, I think is what I was. But
Well, and I watched some
Some
of
of
that
those dudes-
swimming, the gals swimming, the synchronicity there.
yeah,
and,
synchronized swimming?
synchronicity.
and
Yeah.
man, I didn't realize how far they popped out of the water from time to time, lifting another gal.
That's what I'm saying. Those
They
Like, it looks like they're just jumping off the bottom of
synchronized
the
swimming.
floor.
Those chicks and those. What's an Olympic pool is like what 10 feet deep,
Well, it
or like a
depends,
polo
Well,
pool?
Probably 12
Yeah,
because they build a lot of different pools.
because it's
Right.
probably in meters.
'Cause they were
So it's
saying
either
that
9 or
Right.
12.
Because they were saying that the actual swimming times for the pool rate, like swimming the 100 or 200, were actually slower because the pool wasn't as deep. Because a physics lesson, the deeper it is, the longer it takes the force to reverberate
back.
back.
Oh wow, I stand corrected. It says that like a water polo pool is one of the longest. Water polo is one of the longest running sports at the Olympic Games itself. Men's competition has been part of the Olympics since 1900s, with the women's tournament only starting as early as Sydney in 2000. It says the sport is played in a pool that is 2 meters, around 6.5 foot deep, and a player's feet must not touch the bottom. I guess, do they have like a?
What, are they binding their leg?
I suppose, do they have like a referee cam or something like
How's
that?
he
Or
holding
like
his
some
breath?
sort
They
of
got a
that
guy
long.
down there in scuba gear.
yeah, or some sort of like sensor, or I don't know.
It's a tough spot.
That's wild. I do know that you are not allowed to touch the bottom of the pool, but which would only
No,
make
you can. Some of them will go down and then pop back up to kind of get like a quick breather. But you can, like during dead.
it should, like during non-gameplay, it says when a player must not touch the bottom of the pool.
Can we talk about Flava Flav sponsoring polo?
Didn't know it was a thing.
He
He did.
Yeah. And Snoop Deal Double G turns out is a real big equestrian guy.
When did he become like the
He started-
mascot for America?
Well, the last Olympics and maybe even 2 ago, he started like on one of those talk shows. He was kind of narrating, like calling the play after the fact.
And it was hilarious.
like, because shit, guys, that horse is crip walking.
Yeah,
I got to have
was-
that horse in a video
that was hilarious.
does he still have affiliation?
No.
with
The Cribs.
Oh, hellfire! I
I don't know if he ever did he?
I mean,
Well, I
he
would
was
think
pretty
you-
sure about the blue flag on the left side. Yeah, that's the Crip side.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Or like
would
the whole
think
sea walk,
Yeah.
thing there.
I would think that if you're rapping about unless there's no gangs in Long Beach, but I mean, he quite pointedly said that
Remember the blue
LBCs.
carpet treatment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe he
You
was
remember
just
the
making
rapper
it up.
The Game?
Negatory.
It was a rapper called The Game. He was heavily influenced by and a standing member of the Bloods. He was a Red. He was on the Red side.
I got you.
Yeah. And then, I mean, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I was watching Locked Up. So it hadn't been on the old television for a while, but now you can find it sometimes late at night. So when I'm not watching In the Heat of the Night, I'll go watch that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how the rap game on YouTube has led to an increase in gang violence. So not like the rap game like we're seeing Drake and Kendrick. It's not like a Tupac and Biggie thing, but more
Racing to
localized.
get your gifts.
It's more localized, but it's creating some issues for them.
It
But
says
they'll figure it out in Sacramento County.
the Game was a member of the Cedar Block Piru Bloods affiliation. Yeah.
He was?
Yeah, he grew up primarily in a Crip-controlled neighborhood known as Santa Ana Block, although Taylor himself grew up to become a member of the Cedar Block Piru Bloods through his brother.
Oh, well, they moved over a block or two.
Yeah. So here's a wild one that
I don't know you can get any wilder than what we've been going for the last 30 minutes.
We're talking about kids going back to school and stuff like that. And we were talking about, they're not electives, but like related arts, I guess, your gyms, your arts, your ITE, your whatever those classes are called that you rotate each 6 weeks. What do we call those? You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's not math. It's
I know
not
what you're
science,
talking about,
It's whatever. It's art. It's whatever. You do it for 6 weeks, and then you go do something else for 6 weeks, and then blah, 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 blah.
I don't remember what we call them.
Did you know now, as of right now, and it may have been forever, and I just didn't know it, but my daughter has to take esports
You're going to play video games?
at Southridge Middle School. Esports. Like, it's one of her 6 week.
Like video games?
That was what esports means, David.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah,
know. Maybe
I believe
it's
so.
something different now. Like
Esports. And I do.
exciting.
I do think also that another school that's close to us here, like they already have an esports program, Mount Vernon Wildcats down there. They have an actual esports team already,
Well, good for them.
and I just don't know how I feel about that.
It's all a game, man. Whether you're throwing a ball or pretending to throw one.
You know, I know we've talked about it before. You know, on this show. You know, like us, we've.
Well,
had
I
the
mean, like,
discussion.
surely they're at least like learning how to program or do something like that.
I don't know. I have no idea. Evelyn
I
was
would
talking.
say not, but it's a legitimate
Mhm.
career choice now for
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a league. Acting's kind of a pipe dream, but they still have school plays.
And drama.
Yeah,
I think that's directly correlated there.
yeah.
I don't know. I just found it odd. Not necessarily odd. I mean, it's who knows what the hell they could be doing in school nowadays. But it just whenever she was talking about gym, because that's what Eleanor asked her, when do you have gym class? And she said it's the last 6 weeks of 6th grade.
I don't know what those aren't electives.
No, they're
Extracurriculars,
related arts.
co-curriculars.
is what they call it.
Oh,
It's what Evelyn called it, related arts.
I don't know.
But yeah, she said, yeah, and I got to take esports, and she didn't seem very thrilled about it because she's not a big video gamer.
They're a big video gamer.
Maybe she will be.
Well, Max should be excited then.
He hasn't played PlayStation in 6 months. No, that's a lie. He's probably had not played PlayStation in 3 months.
Why is that?
It's broke,
Oh,
and I just haven't fixed it. Or
Did you break it?
No.
Oh,
He said it
I
had
didn't know
like
if you chucked it in.
you know,
the lake
like the
finally.
Xbox has like the red ring of death.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the PlayStation does this thing where it says like can't update or failure or whatever.
basically, I want you to buy a new machine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
That's what that means.
pretty wild deal.
Can I tell you something that bothers me?
Love to.
Absolutely.
I hate fast food places.
Me too.
I
That-
seen you at McDonald's tonight.
You weren't supposed to say that out loud.
Oh, edit it out.
I can edit it.
No, it's okay. Janelle had food plans, and I was like,
She doesn't watch anyway.
well, Janelle, yeah, she doesn't, so it doesn't matter. She had girls' night out, so she was out on the town. Papa Frank was watching the young ones. And I was like, hey, did Janelle drop anything off for the kids? And she's like, sandwich making stuff. And I was like, what do you want? You want a 7 or a number 3? And he said, yeah, give me a 7. I said, all right, I'll bring 3 Happy Meals home. Let the kids eat. So that's what I did.
You asked your dad if he wanted a 7 or a 3?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We knew what was going on. But we were at Wendy's. We do this like eat and cruise thing. I know we've talked about it before. We hadn't done it in a while. So we went, and the boss wanted Wendy's. And it bothers me that when there's nobody in line, they tell you to move forward because it's all about their
It
statistics,
drives me.
their efficiency
insane.
stuffs.
because they're faking it. It's stealing.
Bingo.
Because you're still taking longer than you're supposed to. You
And
just
I-
don't want anybody to know it.
And you know, the worst thing I did is when we pulled up, there was nobody in front of us. And I hit the timer to start timing how long it was going to take us. And we turned the corner and realized there was somebody there, but they were pulling away when we were pulling up. It took us 10 minutes, and we were the only ones in line.
I guess I've never questioned it, but I feel like maybe I should. Like, sir, can you please pull forward? No.
Well, that's what I told Janelle. I should have just told him no. See what,
Like,
he,
what are they
how
gonna
many
do?
times? You know how many times I've literally looked at my wife and said, "I'm not going to pull up if they tell me to pull up. I'm just not going to do it."
Do you do it?
And she'll say, "Quit being a dick and do what you're supposed to do." And I'm like,
They're supposed to follow the clock. Back when I was at Wendy's
they don't
slinging
have it.
burgers,
they don't have it anymore.
sons of bitches. And
They
why are
do
you
not
pulling
have it anymore.
forward?
They used to.
Oh, I
have
bet they still do it. I bet they look at the analytics of when they process that
the
stuff.
timestamp on your receipt when you pay. Just like tell me, so McDonald's is that way where you still have the old 2 windows, but I bet you they're like the Wendy's and stuff like that. The whole 2 windows is few and far between.
We would go to McDonald's on our break and sit in their line long just to up their numbers because we worked at Wendy's.
Yeah.
Like, so we'd go over there, order a Coke, and like just crawl to the window.
One of the younger kids that works in our department now, he said that there's a new trend going around where you you order your stuff through the window and then like you lay on the hood of your car to pay, and then to receive your order, like you're on the hood of your car, like while someone else was driving. Hands down, one of the funniest things I've ever seen done in my life or heard about was I keep saying I wasn't involved. They were at McDonald's on the north side of Jasper, the one by McDonald's, the one by Walmart. Ordered a whole shit pot full of food. Paid for it. And then pulled out to the second window to receive the order. And then had pulled out far enough from the window where the guy really had to kind of like lean out. And the dude come running out from behind the trunk and like just running backs that son of a bitch full of food and just bolts to the Walmart parking lot. Like steals it out of the dude's hand.
The people that paid for it or just a random?
Well, little did they know it was a group, one of the group members that paid for it. But then they would say, "I'll be damned, that bastard stole my food." And then they would make the whole order again. So you would get double for the price of one money.
Oh.
You get it? See that? That was done
that?
before. That was done before. Pretty wild.
The CrossFit games are going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this an Olympic thing?
No, CrossFit, like the people that do CrossFit.
Oh, yeah, I know what CrossFit is. I didn't know if you were saying
Do you,
they're
though?
doing the. Yeah, it's just like the pushing tires and,
Didn't take you for a big CrossFit guy.
Yeah. What's your workout of the day? What's your wad, whatever it is?
What is it?
I got a wad for you.
Oh!
Open up.
No, that.
Yikes.
They would edit that one out.
What the hell is this girl's name? She's all over everywhere. Big time CrossFit girl.
Anyways, they had a guy drown during the swimming part of the competition today.
No.
Yep.
Danny Spiegel. You ever seen her? DANISPEEGLE. She
Sounds
is
made
a beast. She's pretty hot, though. But she is a beast.
You think she'd want to come on the show?
Absolutely not. No. I bet she could pop your head like a watermelon with her thighs.
Been thinking about that a while, haven't you?
Maybe I have. Speaking of WAD, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. What's Brado got for us this week?
Wanderers, it's time for Brado's Three Big Things, brought to you by Merkley & Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. Roll that beautiful ad.
You've heard us mention it before, but Merkley & Sons is the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. You want to know why? Well, it's simple, really. They have about damn near any meat product you could ever need. We talk about their burgers, franks, and snap dogs a lot, but the fellas carry only the best cuts of beef and pork for all your grilling and smoking needs. If there was a meat destination hall of fame, these guys are definitely in it. Head over and see them today and get what you need for your fridge or freezer.
All right, here we go, Brado, for the week of August 4th. We appreciate you sending them in. He did remind me it was back to school time. I did post a video where for Pancake Day, back to school pancakes, I did welcome teachers back. I told them to kind of keep it together.
They'd have a break anytime.
They'll have a break here soon. But glad for everybody to be back. Hope everybody had a good first week. As you listen to this in future time, in real time, it's only been 2 days. And I asked Zoe how school was, and she said fine. So we're off to a great start. 9/11 mastermind. The U.S. has reached a plea deal, which this is old news because the Department of Justice actually pulled the plea deal not too long after this. But plea deal has been reached with the alleged 9/11 mastermind, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and two other defendants accused of plotting the 2001 terror attacks, according to the Defense Department. The pretrial agreement takes the death penalty off the table for Mohammed, his buddy Walid bin Atash, and Mustafa al-Hassawawi. Prosecutors said in a letter obtained by CNN. Families of 9/11 victims and survivors criticized the plea agreements and pushed for more information about Saudi Arabia's possible involvement in the attacks. Brado here, pretty heavy topic here, and I understand if the Dutchmen don't want to get into it, but just curious, where do Dutchmen stand on capital punishment?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did go there.
Eye for an eye, man. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm pro capital punishment.
Yeah,
I always like that Ron White joke where he's like, most states are trying to outlaw it. My state, express lane.
Yeah.
Texas does do a lot of them. This situation here, like, I can't believe. So 23 years to get to this point with these guys, because they've been sitting in Guantanamo Bay anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how's it take this long to get to it?
We had to get to the right political
climate to give them the plea agreement.
Mm-hmm. Had too much to lose if we pissed off mothers.
What did you look at the plea agreement? Like, what was all involved?
I mean, they're just going to spend the rest of their life in Guantanamo Bay, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to shut that down.
No,
they're gonna have to give up. They're gonna have to give up some. Surely they'll have to give them some juice.
If these guys haven't given up anything after 23 years,
well, I'm just saying.
And I think that they actually, because of the blowback on this, I think that they actually they pulled the offer out. The Department of Justice said, no, you're not going to accept that plea. But I can understand, like, the 9/11 victim families, like,
no, yeah.
Especially
always risky at best.
Do you remember when they what the hell they executed somebody and they were all like, turn the lights off so all the juice goes to his ass or whatever? I'd say
don't recall that.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, that's what happens when the power grid goes green. Don't have enough juice for the chair.
Put him under a big magnifying glass.
Yeah, get him solar wise.
The old solar fry.
That wouldn't be cruel and unusual, waiting for that little spot from the microscope to get hot.
But it's green.
Yeah, that's true. You'd have to muzzle because the screams would probably be atrocious. Have you ever got on that TikTok trend or something where it's like medieval torture things? And like the one that gets me is where they put the rat on your chest and then they heat up the rat's cage
so it eats through you.
The bucket. Ooh, the bucket.
That would be tough. I don't know. I mean, these guys.
Well, I'm sure they didn't do that to you for treatment for a cold. Like, you probably did something pretty up to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't pay your taxes back then.
Yeah. Sons of
Didn't pay the
bitches.
king.
Texas dick.
Eat the beat. Why you should get 5 fruit and vegetable servings a day. Fruit and vegetables are without question an important part of nutrition, but a new study shows how important they are to chronic disease prevention. We love food topics on the Wondering Dutchman. So, Dutchman, what are your go-to fruits and vegetables?
I'm all in this time of year for sure. Tomatoes. I eat the shit out of tomatoes. I eat the shit out of cucumbers, carrots, romaine lettuce. Not much iceberg in the house no more. We usually don't get down with iceberg.
No, we do romaine.
Mm-hmm.
Romaine. Yeah. Romaine.
Yeah.
Comes in a horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
We get
ours from local Mo Folus.
Yeah,
they got some pretty good lettuce.
So that, and then like fruit wise, I'm usually just an apple guy or an orange guy. I'm not much I don't actually, matter of fact, I can't tell you the last time I had a banana. Not a big banana guy.
Well, because of the shape of it, you're very self-conscious about that.
But that's where I'm at.
Tomatoes. I've been taking 2 pounds of baby carrots to work every week, and I go through that in the first 4 days. So I'm on about, I'm 16 pounds of carrots a month. Nope. 8 pounds.
Attaboy. I knew you would catch up to it, Rain Man.
Lettuce and then tomato. We always got grapes and bananas.
That son of a bitch ought to be. He ought to be able to see the backside of the moon with that.
Crazy thing is,
with that amount of keratin.
I've been seeing a little worse than I was. Like, I think it's counteracting my laser.
Ah, bullshit.
Well, it's just an old wives' tale. They said that because of radar.
Yeah.
Back in WW2, Greatest Generation. When it comes to vegetables, whatever's seasonal. Like, I like tomatoes right now. Anything you pull out of the garden, green, nothing like snapping some fresh green beans and throwing them on the old pot with some bacon. And
Now, see, that's where I pick my veggies at. Like, I like ones I don't have to cook, like that don't take preparation.
Yeah.
So carrots, celery, broccoli, cauliflower,
You're a big veggie tray guy.
What? Yeah, and I keep hummus to like.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't take you for a hummus kind of guy.
You get them you make your own. You crush your own
No,
chickpeas.
little
Garbanzo beans?
little singlet.
Sabra?
No, it's whatever costs.
You
Probably
big
Kirkland.
Sabra?
Kirkland.
Wait, you buy them in little things?
Yeah, that's what I eat with my carrots at work.
Man, that'd be pricey, right?
Wow, I tell you what.
Money living
get that
high on the
big
hog up
promotion.
there. Yeah.
I'll have some hummus.
Fruit wise, I'm a big berries guy. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, peaches.
Dingleberries.
No, not those. Way to try to slide that in there, Dave.
Schnozberries.
These schnozberries taste like schnozberries. How did ancient Egyptians stack the stones of the oldest pyramids? Scientists are floating a new theory on how Egypt's first pyramid was built more than 4,000 years ago.
The aliens.
I'm not going to let it go till the Dutchmen tackle this topic. So that's just what Brado said.
What's the new theory?
Well, I clicked on it to find out.
I bet it's probably something to do with frequency, and they'd make a certain noise that was at the right frequency to be able to vibrate and float it across
Yeah,
the floor.
that's with the scientists float there. Team of engineers and geologists bring a new theory to the table. A hydraulic lift device
They did have lots of canals.
that would have floated the heavy stones up through the middle of Egypt's oldest pyramid using stored water.
Well, I mean, that's a good theory. I mean, but that's not what happened.
What do you think happened?
I told you what happened. When they left Mars because it was no longer habitable for life, they came down here. Earth was getting into the sweet spot for life, and everybody was developed enough to take orders but not think for themselves. And they just used their, super futuristic science gizmos, and then they died off. And then you had a civilized race starting, and then, now it's like, oh, must have been magic.
So
or hydraulics.
a complex water treatment system drawing upon local resources would have allowed for a water-powered elevator within the pyramid's internal vertical shaft.
You know how much head pressure you'd have to have
Some
without
type
a
of
pump
float.
to float a rock? And I'm talking about a rock the size of this shop. That'd have to be coming down from Mount Fuji.
Ooh,
Cyanide.
Egyptologists aren't convinced, as a more widely believed theory is that the ancient Egyptians used ramps and haulage devices to put the heavy blocks in place. I didn't know there was a thing as such as Egyptologists.
Well, this says that the pyramids were built through sheer and impressive force of tens of thousands of workers. Slaves. Slaves built the pyramids with logs and ropes.
You know how many people would die every day, though, in that heat?
Shit
under
tons.
that? Like, you'd spend more time, you'd have more weight in dead bodies than you would have in stones to move.
Yeah.
I mean, humans are impressive things and go a long time. And even if you got 10,000 of them under a block, the size of your house, I don't know. That's
Bunch.
a lot of people dying. How do you even keep them watered enough to not just croak?
I don't know. It was a wild
they'd be
deal.
just deader than hell.
I don't understand, like,
It's either frequency or, aliens.
I'm a big believer of the aliens. Anything else?
because you watch that wild guy on the History Channel.
Sweet haircut.
Yeah, sweet haircut, bro. No, that's it, Brado. Thank you for the three big things.
Real humdingers.
Yep, there we are. We talked about 9/11, capital punishment, and then finished.
TikTok hacks is what we started on.
For what?
That's what started all this.
On Brado's three big things?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were capping the whole show.
Oh,
there, my
no.
bad.
Sorry.
Well, the TikTok hack was on Wednesday's show, David.
Nope, that was my Friday wonder.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. Because we went through that. We're going to cut down a tree to fire up the meth kettle to warm the wet water.
To make a macrame tree.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're going to put it out in the front yard so Dave can mow around it.
Wow.
Or we'll put it in neighbor's Doug's yard.
Yeah, he lost some trees last year.
Yeah. We'll have to plant some more, neighbor Doug. Anyways, thank you, Brado. Thank you, Merkley and Sons. It's time for one more trip around the table where we get some final thoughts on the day. Brought to you by our buddy Todd Hayes and Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair.
Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair of Huntingburg with our buddy Todd Hayes is a proud sponsor of the Wondering Dutchmen, and we are glad to have him on board. As we get to the end of the heat and you still have AC issues, give Todd a call. Winter is right around the corner. When was the last time your furnace was inspected for the winter? If you don't know the answer to that, then you probably should give Todd a call. If you're looking for someone for your home remodel or new construction HVAC needs, we've got the guy. Give Todd a call today at 812-683-2570 and tell them the Dutchman sent you.
All right, big fella, we got.
Well, so first off, I just want to say thanks for listening, and we appreciate you. If you have a chance to get on the interwebs and find out that we need more questions. We need more, fill up our old
Coffers
for the choice cut questions. We need some of those. So anybody gets bored and they start thinking about shit, just fire them on in.
AKA Corky.
Yeah, we need some more questions. Secondly, I just want to take a minute here to talk about the old barbecue fest. Like you heard in the ad on the Pause for the Cause, we got our second annual backyard barbecue competition coming to the Holland Fest this year, Saturday, the 13th and 14th of September. Should be a good time. I think we got 5 teams signed up so far as of right now. When you're listening to this, hopefully we have more, but we're doing the same thing as last year, guys. So everybody that competed last year, we'd love to have you back. We're doing pork, ribs, chicken, pulled pork for the People's Choice. A little different locale. I looked it up, went down there the other day, did some scouting. Looks like there's going to be some adversity down there, but we'll get through it. Getting in and out, once they get, the parking stuff probably to come out the bottom entrance or come in the bottom entrance. That way,
or because all the booths,
or come in through the campground one way or the other. We'll get you down there. But should be a little bit more flat. Should be able to stretch our legs. If we can get into the cabin, that's going to be a plus.
I'm sure we can figure that out.
Or neighbor Doug's getting us an RV.
Yeah, so they can. We can get all that figured out.
Doesn't have an RV.
He's getting us one though.
Oh. But anyway, should be a good time. Please get signed up. Go to our Facebook page or click on the link in the description. But everything, just like last year, it's all ran through Eventbrite. So all you got to do is click on there and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Get your entry fee paid and get signed up. Should
now,
be a good
and
time.
last year's, this isn't my final thought, but in last year's competition, we kind of did it by the seat of our britches a little bit. I think there's a lot of commitment this year. Be there early. Obviously, we're sponsoring the entertainment Friday night. Probably going to be a pretty good party after that while the cooks are getting fired up doing their thing. So I think we're going to be there for a while on Friday night and then back there early Saturday.
Yep. So same thing as last year. We'll do a cooks meeting at 9 just with meat inspection. We'll do meat inspection at setup and everything like that. And once we get that little pep talk over, it'll be off to the races. You guys, the entry, the contestants will be able to just
Spark them candles and
let her rip. But other than that, that's all I got, man.
Smoke Dragon?
Well, I reckon I don't have a whole hell of a lot. I kind of blew my wallet on Wednesday with the courtesy flush thing. I hadn't thought much past that because it's already been weighing on me.
Mm-hmm.
So, just keep your stick on the ice.
Amen, brother. What you got, Casey?
Nothing crazy. When you listen to this, I will be on a nice little golf retreat for the weekend, getting some rounds in, playing down on today, Friday, down at Old Capitol. Saturday will be at Valley Links and then the Donald Ross. So get a little golf time in with friends of the program, Andy Mack and Gino and Polly and all that good stuff. So looking forward to that. Really have enjoyed today's recording. It was nice to get out and do it. Just week fell together where it feels pretty good and enjoyable. But yeah, the backyard barbecue competition, get signed up. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be down there. Obviously, we'll be having fun. We may even do a live show down there.
Never know.
You never know what we may do.
Because if it's too much of a shit show, we just don't. We can just say we never did it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever
That's
knows.
it. We can just do a live record, some interviews. We get some cooks in,
Yeah.
do some interviews. But anyways, big thank you to our friends at Southern Indiana Hardwoods, Green Mountain Grills. Go out and get you one if you're in need. If not, you need some pellets, high quality stuff there. The ice cold opener brought to you by Celebration Ice. And of course, Alan and Derek, I assume, are working very hard to get ready for September 13th. We want to see you out there. We will be there. There is no doubt. They only say you can guarantee death and taxes in life, but here's the third one. The Wondering Dutchmen will be all over the beer garden on Friday night from 8 to midnight with our buddies, Alan and Derek with Overboard. Big thank you to Merkley and Sons. Hopefully we'll see them guys soon. Bradley just celebrated the big 4-0 not too long ago.
Yeah.
Crossed over that line. And then, of course, Todd Hayes with Hayes Heating, Air, and Repair. Couldn't do it without you guys. A thing that I don't want to tease it too much, but we're working on a design for a T-shirt for this that you may see out there. So we're also working on some hats.
Yeah.
Some hat designs. So we got a couple things coming, and we may have some other things coming up.
Stay tuned.
We're doing some moves. But with that, neighbor Doug's ready to celebrate with us because he's been here all night. He's behaved, and
It's early.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbor Doug don't have to do anything tomorrow, does he?
Nope.
Dutchman
Dutchman out.
out.